20 years ago, Manchester United won the Premier League, the FA Cup and the UEFA Champions League to secure a treble that had never been won before and has never been won since. Today, the players who achieved that historic feat to write themselves into Manchester United folklore forever will reunite under the management of Sir Alex Ferguson to raise money for the Manchester United Foundation and to celebrate that most remarkable of seasons.
The ball coming down from on high, and Andy Cole will score the goal! They can celebrate now.
The unmistakable Wembley roar. Sheringham sets up Paul Scholes. Slip back to Sheringham. 1-0. Solskjaer. Sheringham. Scholes. It's two. And the treble moves ever closer.
90,000 fans in the Nou Camp. Manchester United in their quest for a famous treble. Giggs runs it back in. Sheringham has equalised for Manchester United. Beckham to swing this one in again. Sheringham wins it. Solskjaer! Can you believe this? It's a night to go into Manchester United folklore forever. United champions of Europe in the most dramatic way imaginable.
It's been 20 years to the day since Manchester United's dramatic win at the Camp Nou, and today Bayern Munich are fittingly the opponents once again. Some of football's biggest names are making their return to the Old Trafford pitch as Sir Alex Ferguson takes charge of United once again. It's a mouth-watering lineup on a day of celebration for Manchester United, and we'll have kickoff in about 30 minutes' time. I'm joined by legend of that treble-winning campaign and current Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We haven't quite got Barcelona weather today. Ole, it's brightening up. How much are you looking forward to this?
Well, I don't know if you're looking forward to it or dreading it. It's one of them, how long is your body going to last? But it's a great day, great occasion, and just to see the boys in the dressing room again and to listen to the gaffer's team talk was brilliant.
Is it a bit unusual for you putting your boots on in there?
Oh yeah, it's many years ago. I tried a couple of years ago to play a little bit, but it didn't go well.
And you're starting on the bench, obviously. How do you feel about that?
Well, I was hoping to start on the bench. Don't last very long today.
And what's it like, all of you being back together?
Oh, it's fantastic. We've had a nice couple of hours now today. Looking forward to the game. Some banter again. And it's like it happened last night, the game, really.
Is this the best group that you've ever played with?
Yeah, I have to say. The team spirit, the atmosphere, the character in the team. And we just created a momentum. We stayed together for quite a long time. So, that team was unique.
And you are, of course, the proud owner of one of the most iconic goals in world football ever. I bet you never get tired of watching it back.
Well, I don't know, because it's one of them that I don't really like to look back and think about what I've done in my career until it's over, and still I'm focusing on looking forward to the job I'm doing now. Then again, the goal's a happy memory, of course.
Absolutely, and as you said, you've been listening to the gaffer's team talk. Yeah. Just how seriously has he taken it?
Of course he wants to win a game. No, we talked about this team, this group of players, why we got to where we got to as people, men, players, and where he got to in his career and why he became so successful. So it's just great to hear him talk again.
And of course, why we're all here today is to raise money for the Manchester United Foundation. You've seen firsthand the work they do and the impact it has.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and the money is going to go to the Man United Foundation here in Manchester. There's so many kids needing help. Of course, I've come back now after 8-9 years since I left, and it has changed, and it's up to us. We got a great position to make a difference.
How important is it for you personally to give back to this local community?
For me, Manchester is home, and of course we want to create such a nice Manchester that's safe and developing for everyone.
Thanks very much, Ollie. Enjoy the game. As you said, of course, it's all about raising money for those brilliant causes, and this is how you can donate.
20 years ago, the lives of many associated with Manchester United were changed forever. And now, thanks to the Manchester United Foundation, this great football club continues to change the lives of young people across Greater Manchester every single day. To donate £5 to this wonderful cause, text Treble 5 to 70233. Thank you.
BT Sport viewers can donate to support the Manchester United Foundation's work with underprivileged young people across Greater Manchester. Viewers can do so in one of two ways. You can send a text with Treble 5 to donate £5 or Treble 10 to donate £10 to 70233, or by visiting www.bt.com/treble donate and donating online. Republic of Ireland viewers can only donate via the website, and for full terms visit www.bt.com/treble terms. Well, the heroes of that magnificent season, including Peter Schmeichel, the captain on the night, came out to warm up earlier to huge applause here. All the big names are present: David Beckham, Paul Scholes, Andy Cole, Dwight York, all the big names minus Phil Neville, Ryan Giggs and Roy Keane here. And Michael Owen is alongside me pitchside. And Michael, you were very much on the scene at the time of the other side of the Manchester United-Liverpool rivalry, but you know lots of these players from your time playing with England.
Yeah, that's right. At the time, I was looking on, I think, and hoping that one day we could knock them off their perch in many ways, because they were the dominant side back then. They had such an incredible team, and looking back here, you can do nothing but smile, because some of the players, you know, the likes of Scholes and Beckham and players like that were just incredible players, and as you say, had the privilege to play alongside them for England as well.
What made them so special as a group?
Well, first and foremost, they had individual quality, which was amazing, but then they were managed by a manager that just had absolute determination, a will to win, never took losing well, and then a great team spirit. I mean, the game that we talk about in the Champions League final was just the epitome of it, really, but it seemed every week they'd score late goals, and that was just a real reflection of the spirit they had.
We've just seen Paul Scholes there warming up. I know you've been a bit worried about him because he's so accurate with the balls, isn't he?
Well, I asked you before, you keep my back, because if I don't turn around
I'll watch
every
yours
so
if
often,
you watch mine.
Exactly. He will hit you on the head.
And it looks like Schmeichel's been taking the warm-up quite seriously as well. Do you think we might see another cartwheel later on?
Well, if they score so late, then maybe. It's one of these weird things. I've played in these Legends matches, and you know, you try to make it fun, but there's something that just comes as soon as you step over this line. All of a sudden, you can't help but be serious. And okay, you have a moment where you have a little laugh, but it just all becomes real again, and you've got to win, and you've got a bit of respect for yourselves and the team that you played for, and you think, I can't let them down. So it's a fun day, but it'll be a half serious as well.
Yeah, that competitive spirit really keeps in. Well, the likes of Beckham, Schmeichel, Scholes have been out warming up today, and Sir Alex Ferguson returns to the dugout. We'll continue our build-up with some current Manchester United stars after the break, and we'll also hear from first-team coach Brian Robson.
For the first time in European history.
2 All-English finals?
What a script.
BT Sport, boom! It's got to be the biggest Europa final ever.
It will be Arsenal-Chelsea.
Because nothing beats a Londoner, except a Londoner.
And Arsenal strike again. Oh, how about that?
Question is, boys, who wants it most? The UEFA Europa League final, live only on BT Sport.
BetUK.com. Whatever the game, it's odds on, we've got it covered. Your game, your way. And right now we're giving you a £5 free bet too. For the ultimate in sports betting. Wherever you are, whatever you want to play. Hit the target, BetUK.com.
Hello?
Hola, Glenn. Esto es Flavor. Nuevos McCoys, muchos, Glenn. Muchos Mexicano tortilla chip. Para fiesta con DJ Burro. McCoys, muchos. Nuevos McCoy's muchos when Mexican flavor calls.
B-5-O-Fun. I smell the blood of an Englishman.
B5-O-Fix. I've just had my Weetabix.
Make yourself at home.
Have you had your Weetabix? Try Weetabix on the go. Hey, put that back. A breakfast you can drink.
It could be that one gift. Or that one little victory. That one pass. One, this is my team. The one who believed. One moment can change a game. Visa, proud sponsor of the FIFA Women's World Cup.
I feel so lonely night and day, and I can't get your love out.
IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
For the players.
I close my eyes. We'll always be together, however far it seems. We'll always be together, together in electric dreams.
And he spotted that!
Welcome back to Old Trafford, where we're here to celebrate Manchester United's famous treble winning season. 20 years on, it remains the greatest single season achievement in English football history, and all the big names are back here in the Theatre of Dreams today to celebrate that iconic season. Let's hear from first team coach now, Brian Robson, talking to Natalie Quirk.
Brian, you've just come from the changing room. It must be like stepping back in time, but it must be a really good, really nice atmosphere in there.
No, it's a great atmosphere. All the lads getting together after 20 years. And it's just a great occasion. They're all having a bit of banter with each other in there. And it's not just about the treble winning team. It's, you know, the other young lads who had such a great career with Alex and with Manchester United. You know, for them to support the Manchester United Foundation, the Bayern Munich Foundation, as well as what they are, it's just a fantastic turnout from both clubs.
You mentioned the manager there, and a lot of fans will be looking forward to seeing him back in the dugout today. How serious is he taking today's game?
Well, he's just give a team talk there, and it wasn't sort of jovial team talk. But the lads are like that. I mean, we've played a few of these type of games, you know, and the players have this competitive edge and they want to win. I spoke to Lothar Matthäus in New York a few months ago, and he said he was so looking forward to the game, and he said that they were bringing a really strong squad. So I think it'll be a good competitive game, but obviously it's because of the charities that we're all working for, and that is the main thing. But we hope that it's an entertaining game and the players just express themselves and entertain the crowd.
You were at Middlesbrough, of course, in 1999, but what would you say about that game and that team of that year?
Well, what I can remember is I think it was Boxing Day, and we were the last team to beat Man United that season when we won at Old Trafford. But then United went on an amazing run, win the league title, win the FA Cup, and then win the Champions League, which was a fantastic achievement. You know, and I mean, I went to Barcelona for the final, was in the stands watching the game, and it was unbelievable drama to that match.
So Sir Alex returns to the dugout. Manchester United's current manager returns to the pitch 20 years after scoring his iconic Champions League winner. Whilst his goal against Bayern might not have been the most difficult finish of his career, it was a bit harder than it looks, as two of United's current stars found out.
Hi, I'm Jesse Lingard.
And I'm Marcus Rashford.
And we're here at Carrington for a very special edition of Goals Recreated. So let's have a look at the goal in question.
Beckham to swing this one in again. Sheringham wins it. Solskjaer!
Ooh, you got that header?
Yeah, I can do that. You know what? You have to leave it late though. You got to come late. I think I should be telling you.
I'm Ollie. Go. Let's go. Treble.
Yo, what? I couldn't edit it. It weren't too low. It weren't low enough. Jesse.
It weren't low enough.
Jesse, man, he didn't head it.
It weren't low enough. Oh, beans, man.
It was too flat. It was too flat. Oh, we could be here for a while, you know. Jesse!
Oh, Solskjaer, man.
No!
Rash, that was it, you know.
That one was perfect, you know.
Plate. Last kick of the game.
It actually was last kick of the game, though.
I know.
Score this, it's worth the grace.
Yo, we're doing it. We're sliding all the way over there. Yeah.
Yeah!
Ah! No! I took the scab off my knee, bro. Look at that, it's white, bro. Oh. I knew that would happen. Is it a physio in?
No, you don't need to see a physio for cut. Just go and get a plaster.
We did it, recreated Ollie's treble 99 goal thanks to Mr. Beans, Marcus Rashford and the Foundation boys. We did it. Let's go. MUS.
Yeah! MUS. What's MUS?
I'm joined by Jesse and Marcus now as well. How's the leg, Jesse? Did you have to see the physio?
No, it was good. It was all good fun. Marcus said it was worth the graze, and it was clearly worth the graze.
And you've kindly both agreed to be our pundits for the day. Which of you is going to make the best pundit, Marcus?
To be fair, I think Jesse's got a lot of natural talents. Yeah, so he'll enjoy himself today.
How much were you both inspired by that season?
No, I mean, it was brilliant. I mean, coming through the academy, to see them players, you know, achieve what they achieved, it only inspired us, and you know, we look up to them, and you know, still to this day, they still give us advice, and you know, we look forward and we want to try and recreate what they did in '99.
And of course, today is all about raising money for the Manchester United Foundation. Marcus, tell us about your involvement with the foundation and the work that they're doing.
I think United have always been good on that front. You know, trying to give back to the best of their ability, and it's up to us to try and keep doing that and keep improving it to set people off in the right direction.
Is today literally going to change lives, Jesse?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're in a great position to change lives, and you know, the Man United Foundation have been brilliant, you know, over the time, and for me and Marcus, it's, you know, we always look forward to giving back and changing people's lives, so you know, it's for a brilliant cause.
And we've just been watching the players warming up. Who are you most looking forward to seeing today?
I think for us too, it's Scholes and Beckham, and obviously the manager as well, so yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Anyone's fitness levels you think we should be a bit concerned about?
Ooh, we'll have to have a look today. We'll have to have a look. There's a couple of heavy bodies on that field today.
Anyone in particular?
I say no names.
And that side obviously famous for their never say die spirit, weren't they? Do you think it's going to be as competitive today, 20 years on?
I think obviously we're here for a good cause today, but at the same time they're all competitive people and competitive players, so you know, it's hard to take that out of a person.
Well, thank you both for now. We look forward to hearing from you both throughout the afternoon. 20 years to the day then, since Manchester United won the Premier League, the FA Cup and the UEFA Champions League. They are back and they are reuniting to celebrate that historic treble winning season, and we'll have kick-off between Manchester United and Bayern Munich coming up after the break.
Josh Warrington, last fight, punches landed, 243, power punches, 205, punches thrown, 719, but the biggest, baddest number of them all. We call this undefeated. Next up, Warrington versus Galahad, exclusively live on BT Sport.
William Hill customers are enjoying bet boosts on their ACCAs. And now the boosts are even bigger. Choose the ACCAs that you want to boost and get better odds and more returns on your winners. Bet boosts are available every day, online and on mobile. All you need to do is create an ACCA with 3 or more selections, hit boost in your bet slip, and you're away. More control, more value, more to celebrate. William Hill. This is more.
See if you could save money on your mortgage. It's either or Habito.
Smile, you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying?
Every car that leaves our testing facility isn't only tested for how it responds to the road, but how you respond to it. The all-new Mazda 3.
If you just smile.
Master, don't give up.
Welcome back to Old Trafford, where we're here to celebrate Manchester United's famous treble-winning season 20 years on. Sir Alex Ferguson's side lifted the Premier League, the FA Cup and the Champions League at the end of an extraordinary campaign. And I'm joined by my pundits today, Marcus Rashford and Jesse Lingard. We can see you having a word with the manager there a little bit earlier. Was he wishing you good luck for today or vice versa?
It was a bit of both, but we were just saying, obviously, enjoy the occasion. Vice versa, send it back.
And this is your chance today to critique his performance for a change. Do you think he's still got it?
We've seen him doing a few finishes in training, and he can definitely still finish. So, if he gets his chance today, then I'm sure he'll score.
Do you think he'll be off the bench to save the day?
Of course, he's done that in the years. He's only from Man United, so I don't see why not.
We've got Manchester United fan Russell Watson here as well, warming the crowd up. It's such a great turnout as well, and the fact that there's so many stars here, so many Manchester United legends, is that just testament to the work of the Man United Foundation?
Yeah, I think like you say, you know, the turnout's been amazing. The players that we have here today, it's amazing for them all to be able to do it today. You know, it's for a good cause, so hopefully everyone will get through the game, no injuries, and you know, we'll get a good donation.
And that remains one of the most bitter defeats in the history of Bayern Munich. Do you think they'll be looking for a bit of revenge today?
Possibly. I think, you know, it's a game of football. There's never no friendlies in football, as we got told when we're growing up. So you know, it should be a good match.
What's your score prediction?
I'm gonna go 2-0 United.
Marcus?
I think there's going to be a lot of goals. I think 4-2 United.
I think Marcus might be a bit closer.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to change my. I go 4-3.
4-3. All right, thanks for now, guys. A reminder, Sky and BT TV customers can download the BT Sport app to watch live and catch up as well. Well, the fans are out in force here to see their heroes as Man United's treble winners of 1999 get ready to face Bayern Munich. The side they beat 20 years ago to win the Champions League. The United players still in the dressing room at the moment. They're obviously getting an extended team talk from Sir Alex Ferguson. You wouldn't expect any less, would you, Jesse?
No, you wouldn't expect any less. You know, also we tell him to enjoy it, but you know, he always wants to win matches, and we're sure they'll go out and try and win the game.
Absolutely. Well, we're all looking forward to seeing Sir Alex back in the dugout today. The players getting ready in the tunnel. So let's hand over now to your commentators here at Old Trafford, Michael Owen, and first Peter Drury. It's over to you.
Lindsay, thank you. What a tribute, by the way, to Bayern Munich. They should choose still to mark one of the most scarring evenings in their club history. Well represented tonight by some legendary players of their own. But for those in red, indeed it is said, of all of us at one point or another during our existence on this planet, memories are the cushions of life. And here is the day on which Manchester United folk can plump up the comfiest of all their lifetime cushions, sink into their favourite old armchair, and without apology, lose themselves in a fabulous fog of 1999 nostalgia. And how good it is to see Sir Alex Ferguson embraced by it all. Remember, never mind 20 years ago, 1 year ago, he was not well at all. And just look at him now. Lothar Matthäus, amongst the greatest of German legends, amongst those to greet him, smiles on either side of the divide. These are lovely pictures of two grand clubs bonded, in a sense, by the shared experience that was Barcelona 1999. Some have gone on to global fame, which escapes, on the whole, even the greatest of sportsmen. David Beckham, known in every corner of the planet, but known perhaps most of all for one corner of the Nou Camp, from which he dispatched two dead balls after an hour and a half's football that changed the history of Manchester United and sent Peter Schmeichel there into his cartwheeling joy. Where were you on the evening of May the 26th, 99? In the pub, hiding behind the sofa, so incapable of dealing with it all that you took the dog for a walk? Or maybe, just maybe, you were there. And so for this theatre of so many dreams, here is the one which impossibly, unimaginably, preposterously, thrillingly, and still 20 years on, so very vividly came true. Take yourself back. 10 days ago, they made this Old Trafford walk with Manchester United. They beat Tottenham from behind and became champions for the 5th time in 7 years. Andy Cole came on at half-time and lobbed a famous winner. 4 days ago, they went to Wembley, and after losing Roy Keane very early, they turned over Newcastle to complete the double. And then tonight they emerged shoulder to shoulder with Bayern Munich in Barcelona, shook their hands, let them think they'd won it, and then ripped their hearts out. May not have felt that way then, but it was a shared experience. which 2 decades on bonds these vast and rivalrous clubs who have moved on a generation, and one of those who starred then is in charge of this grand institution now. And on the subject of institutions, the man who was knighted in 1999, now 77 years old, having had charge of Manchester United 1,500 times, overlooked by a man who is, even beyond him, the godfather of this club. There's a man who doesn't need a caption. Lovely travelling up this morning. Families, dads and lads, and mums and daughters. There are plenty in here who weren't born at the time. He missed that night in Barcelona, so very sad, because, my goodness me, there was a player who would have adorned it. Paul Scholes, he's in the 11 today. They missed him. Well, it really is a sensational turnout for Manchester United. It is 10 of the 11 who began that balmy night. The only absentee is Ryan Giggs, whose place goes to Paul Scholes, so cruelly suspended, of course, for that big occasion. Actually, that change does restore Manchester United's natural midfield balance. David Beckham can play on the right, where Giggs played on the night, and Jesper Blomqvist stays left. Perhaps Sir Alex might have chosen to start this time with Sheringham and Solskjaer, but no, it's Cole and York again. As for Bayern, well, just 2 of their 99-11 start now. They are 58-year-old Lothar Matthäus, a proper legend, and Stefan Effenberg, that most robust of midfield enforcers. Goalkeeper Hans-Jörg Butt plays the part of Oliver Kahn, but did appear himself in 2 Champions League finals. The front 4 all scored some very famous Bayern goals in the years after 1999. Indeed, Ivica Olic scored home and away against United in the 2010 quarter-final, and they do have 13 potential substitutes on top of the 11 you see there. So, Michael, who's got the legs to stand out here?
That's a big question today, Peter. I think Manchester United, in terms of age, they've still got a bit of youth on their side, I think. I think that central midfield looks particularly strong with Nicky Butt and Paul Scholes. Bayern Munich have brought in a few young lads, I think, since that final, just to give them a little bit of a fitness edge. But this is a great Manchester United team, one of the best teams that we've seen in a long, long time. Of course, that league-winning team as well, you'd be comparable to the current Manchester City team, the Chelsea team under Mourinho, the Invincibles of Arsenal. But what we're looking at today is one of the all-time great teams.
That's right, York did play the full 90 in that game against Tottenham that won the league, and indeed against Bayern. He played the last half hour of the FA Cup final, in which Paul Scholes was a starter. And there's not a seat for Ole Solskjaer. There's got to be something wrong there. Steve McLaren has taken his natural position at the manager's right hand. Brian Robson is humbly offering a substitutes bench to Teddy Sheringham, and look at that, the ultimate substitute of substitutes is being denied a seat. I think possibly because they are inviting him to sit in the manager's seat, and he's too humble a chap to allow that to happen. One of the youngest on the field today, oddly enough, is Tim Robinson, the referee, aged 35, who's been operating at the top end of the Championship this season. Just one player in the starting 11's older than him, and that is the Bayern fullback Andreas Ottel. I'll tell you what, he came on latish in Catalonia that evening, but he's already been told to get his tracksuit top off tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure Andy Cole's going to play too long today. He might take the kick-off and make a swift exit, so we might see a little bit more of Ollie today.
Lovely to see Andy Cole here and taking his part in it all. Of course, he has had his health issues in recent years. I can see him with a broad smile, but this is going to be one of the swifter substitutions in the history of Manchester United. He came on then with Ole Solskjaer for Andy Cole after 81 minutes. Today he's going to replace him after less than one.
Yeah, it's fascinating when you read the programme notes. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer saying he was just delighted when Sheringham scored, just so he could play another half an hour of the Champions League final. Little did he know that he was going to be an all-time living legend around these parts following that goal.
So 1999, Tony Blair is the fresh-faced Prime Minister. Theresa May is about to get her first job in the shadow cabinet. Social media, what was that? We were mercifully, innocently free of all that. Brexit, not even a twinkle in a Eurosceptic's eye. So never mind now, this for a couple of hours is then. Climb back into the 20th century and watch David Beckham and Jaap Stam, Ronnie Johnson and Dennis Irwin at left-back for Manchester United. And Paul Scholes in the 11 tonight, so cruelly robbed of the chance to be 20 years back. And these for you, of course, Michael, back then, as you were breaking through as a star in your own right, and you'd had that glorious World Cup in '98, these were the enemy.
Well, I suppose so. I mean, I'd had that World Cup with a lot of these players, so became friends on and off the pitch. However, as you rightly say, at those times, it was this with the team that we were all chasing. They were the best.
And here is that substitution. Andy Cole really game. Really game. And a good fella. The semi-final winner, the title-clinching goal for Andy Cole. And it gives way now to Sir Alex's successor, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
What an array of strikers they had at the time. You think of that combination, York and Cole. It was absolutely sensational. And then, of course, a lot of the time, when Sir Alex was under pressure, Sheringham and Solskjaer would come on and invariably score a goal to nick a game. A lot of late winners back then, including against this team, Bayern Munich, in the final.
Solskjaer's first act was to steal it away from Stefan Effenberg, one of the most ferocious tacklers in his time. Beckham aiming at Butt. Nudged clear up towards Paulo Sergio. And rolled in by Zé Roberto, well seen by Dennis Irwin. And cushioned wide by Butt for Gary Neville. Who's bypassed by Beckham, who's still got a pin. Blomqvist. Scholes, so's he. Beckham. It's Beckham's delivery, and Butt away, and Gary Neville snatched at his moment.
Scholes, he's still got a ping, Baxter's still got a ping, and Gary Neville still struggles in front of goal. But no, brilliant from Manchester United. It's exactly what we used to see in the past. Pinpoint accuracy from the likes of Scholes and Beckham.
Gary Neville did score once in the 1998-99 season in a 3-1 win against Everton towards the end of March, 4 days after their second leg quarter-final draw at Inter. Albert nicked forward towards Paulo Sergio, and fouled by Peter Schmeichel.
Yeah, and that's what Gary Neville's better at in the other box. Just shepherding that one to Peter Schmeichel.
Beckham. York. Beckham again. Solskjaer. York. Handed away by Martin de Michaelis. He was, of course, for a little while a Manchester City player as well. York. Beckham. He's got around Vitacek. It's Beckham. It's York. It's a wonderful save by Butt. It's York again. And it is in, of course. Of course it had to be in from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They've scripted this. What a brilliant substitution, Sir Alex.
Well, it was. You see this little position that Dwight York takes up. Beckham not really used to running past this fullback. Normally a quick touch and finish. A little miss kick there from Dwight York, but he's always aware. Blomqvist as well, showing that he knows what's around him, and it's the simplest of tap-ins for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And as you say, it was all in the script.
Touch from Dwight York and a really unselfish pass from Jesper Blomqvist, who was, I guess it seemed disrespectful, but he was the one who profited most from the absence of Roy Keane and Paul Scholes, and got into the starting 11 for that final. Jesper Blomqvist, who gave way to Teddy Sheringham midway through the second half. Andy Solskjaer had been on the pitch for 3 minutes precisely before scoring his goal. And so do remember that there is a considerable purpose to this game. BT Sport viewers can donate to support the Manchester United Foundation's work with underprivileged young people across Greater Manchester. You can do that in one of two ways: by sending a text with treble 5, that's TREBLE 5, to donate £5, treble 10 to donate £10 to 70233, or by visiting www.bt.com/treble-donate and donating online. The Republic of Ireland viewers can do that only via the website. And here come Bayern Munich, looking to test if they can. Peter Schmeichel, he'll need more testing than that.
Yeah, a little mistake from Nicky Butt in the midfield there. You're expecting Bayern Munich to counter quickly, but it was a slow counter-attack. I'm sure they worked that too well. It was a good chance.
Peddling there in the right-back position is the youngest player on the field, 34-year-old Andreas Ottl, who did get games in the Bayern side under Ottmar Hitzfeld, less so under Louis van Gaal. Went on to Nuremberg and Hertha Berlin and Augsburg. Gary Neville, who played 602 times in United's first team, down by Butt, through by Solskjaer. It's good read by De Michelis, who again almost visibly is one of the more recent professional footballers.
What are you trying to say, Peter?
I'm trying to say he's live.
Just when Manchester United lose the ball there, you can very much see what was the traditional formation of Sir Alex Ferguson. Real flat 4-4-2, and then when they get the ball, Dwight York just drops into that little area to make it almost a 4-4-1-1 situation. That formation has pretty much died a death over recent seasons.
If you chose to be seriously analytical about it, that would be an interesting direction to take the conversation. Beckham's got to help out his fullback now, faced by Vitacek. And Dennis Irwin, talking of live, Dennis Irwin at the age of 53 looks in terrific shape. Solskjaer. York. Faced by Ottl, supported by Blomqvist. They want Scholes to have a pop. He resisted. Beckham, York, it's come through to Blomqvist. Blomqvist, Scholes, York, Scholes! And look at the walk in, the perfect goal.
It's just great to see so many of the mannerisms from back in the day. Scholesy always looking to play those little cute 1-2s. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer making a little diagonal run. Dwight York fronting up for 1-2s. It's like they've never been away.
So Roberto. Robert. By Mackay. This is Paulo Sergio. Giovanni Albert. That's a really clever ball. It is deflected behind by Owen from Ivica Olic. He scored big Champions League goals against Manchester United. Again, he's, of course, a part of the post-99 generation. Had a fabulous international career with Croatia as well, sometimes at England's expense. In by Uttel and very well played by Peter Schmeichel. Beckham. Now, once upon a time, Dwight York would have driven at speed into this space. Lothar Matthäus is making up the ground. Solskjaer's up with him. York's having a dance. He's left Matthäus behind. He set it for Solskjaer, whose step over had no one to feed off.
I thought the ball was a good one from York. It was just, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer thought there was somebody behind him, and I think it was the pace of the ball as well. When York wraps it in, it almost tells the player to dummy it, but what he was telling him is to take a touch and then hit it, I think. But a good break, I'm sure. Dwight York's eyes lit up when he saw Lothar Matthäus. As a sitting duck, really, 58 years of age.
He did have some career, did Lothar Matthäus. First man to play in 5 different World Cups. He was winning captain for Germany in 1990, having played also in Euro 1980. Extraordinary career, which actually was never blessed by a European Cup winners' medal. Legs. Solskjaer, York. Owen. Ethel was in the way. Matthäus, seen by Blomqvist, lovely touch from Solskjaer. Blomqvist. Solskjaer. Scholes caught on it by Olic. He always was that waspish sort of player, but Scholes, he's not having it. What did they used to say about Paul Scholes in tackling?
Well, you could just see as soon as he lost the ball, he doesn't like that, Scholes. Very surprising as well, because Scholesy was the master of the head turn. Just before ball was coming near him, he used to have his head on a swivel, really, looking around, knew the picture.
So Roberto, Roy Mackay, Ivica Olic, oh, Yapstam, then that. Dutchman on Dutchman. Just outside the penalty area. And Tim Robinson has something which... Olic. Tim Robinson has something which amounts to a decision to make here.
Well, back in the day, this was a good tackle. I think it still is a good tackle. He catches him. He's actually quite late. Oh, it's just his trailing knee that gets the ball. Yeah, the referee's played on, really. Just made sure everybody was okay before dropping the ball, and Manchester United back in possession.
He missed the FA Cup final that year, did Yapstam, injured for the back end of the Premier League season. I remember one of the talking points in the week leading up to the final. There's always one or two of those, we know that, with Spurs and Liverpool this year. Was Yapstam going to be fit? He was. He played alongside Ronnie Johnson then, as he does now. And of course the other big issue was what they would do without Scholes and Keane. And David Beckham, and you see now on his natural right side, played in central midfield, and Ryan Giggs played on the wrong side for him. Here is Beckham from the right. Floated beyond York to Blomqvist. Face to face with Ottel. United's throw.
Yeah, he really was a game changer, wasn't he, Yapstam? You know, he had pace, he had strength, he was brilliant on the ball. I think there was a huge sigh of relief from a lot of Premier League strikers when Sir Alex Ferguson surprisingly decided to sell him.
Sounds as though that came from the heart, Michael.
It certainly did.
Olic. Roberto. Vitacek. Sergio, who turns 50 next Sunday. Roberto. Giovanni Albert, Ivica Olic. That's the block by Schmeichel.
Yeah, he got down well, didn't he? And quickly as well. I thought it might be one that he might just want to almost use his feet and kick it out, but he almost anticipated it and he was on his way down already. And the chances so far fallen to Roy Mackay, who is a finisher. Really used to enjoy watching him play. Any side to a goal, he hit the ball hard and true. Great finisher, so interesting to see when he gets his first shot.
Yeah, man who claimed 2 Champions League hat-tricks. Mind your 1998-99 roots, Michael, you've got a Champions League hat-trick for Manchester United. Wolfsburg, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah. Lots of injuries that day. Surprisingly, I wasn't one of them.
By Scholes, down by Beckham. Back by Gary Neville. But dug him out. Mateus away. Scholes crashing into Roberto. Solskjaer. Gary Neville! Oh, denied by plunging Hans York, but it's a very good save.
It was an excellent save. I think we were right behind it. I think the goalkeeper had his angles absolutely spot on. I'm not sure if he was sneaking inside the post actually, which makes it I mean, it was close. He was heading for that far post, but brilliant save from Butt.
We're not going to get the Beckham Scholes corner, are we, from Valley Parade? Not this time. It's Alex Bears, the Scholes volley. Almost worked out the same way as that very famous set piece that came to fruition at Bradford. Mateus, who was himself brought off 10 minutes from the end of the 1999 Champions League final at the age of 38, perhaps unsurprisingly, at the stage of his career, the feeling being that he'd have 10 minutes to flex his biceps, ready to lift a trophy. Albert, Vitacek, that's a good header from Mackay. He did come alive in the 6-yard box.
Yeah, first little sighter. Centre forwards movement, just getting on the blind side of Ronnie Johnson and then making a light burst across his man. Typical centre forward run.
He left Bayern in 2007 when Luca Toni and Miroslav Klose arrived. Those are the two in charge of Bayern today. Klaus Augenthaler, another 1990 World Cup winner for Germany, and Marcus Babbel, who's better known in this country for his time with Liverpool, but also a part of the starting team for Bayern in Barcelona on the night we are marking here. Vitacek. Sergio. Berg. Albert. Nicely juggled by Ronnie Johnson. Good for Olic. So Roberto. Hello, Sergio. So Roberto. Effenberg. Foul by Yapstam this time. Oh. Still didn't want to argue with those eyes.
No, lots of short little passes on the edge of the Manchester United box there from Bayern Munich. I've seen here. Probably got in his mind just before when Yapstam was lucky to get away with one, I guess. And this is a perfect position for a right footer.
Mackay is behind it. Zé Roberto offering the left-footed alternative. But it looks made for Mackay. Peter Schmeichel has more or less lined everybody up. Zé Roberto, it's flipped off the top of the wall and behind for a corner at the Stretford end.
Yeah, left footer took it in the end. Decent amount of pace on it, but Schmeichel had gassed and he was gone early. I would have thought that the big man would have got to that. Managed to creep over the wall.
Roberto's deep delivery all the way through to Andreas Ottel. Effenberg wasn't going to get there before Scholes, and Scholes is on his way now.
Gary Neville on the left wing. How's he end up over there?
Desperate to score, isn't he? Scholes, but Solskjaer. Beckham, Scholes.
There we go again with Scholes having the picture in his head just before the ball comes to him. Unfortunately, he didn't quite connect with the pass, but it's vintage Scholes.
Scholes. Gary Neville. Beckham. Scholes. Flags up against Gary Neville. It hit the shin of Gary Neville, who knew almost nothing about it, but who was standing in an offside position. And that is a somewhat apologetic flag.
Well, first of all, what a brilliant ball from Beckham. And then Gary Neville, he'd almost turned away and he was protecting himself, I think, as he was trying to get out the way, I guess. Hit the back of him, and it was a good one too. Scholes's always been brilliant at that. A lot of disguise in his passes and his shots.
Hello, Sergio. Ivica Olic. And out of harm's way by Yapstam. Newly named boss of Feyenoord, by the way. He had a difficult spell, didn't he, in charge of Reading in this country. Had a difficult time briefly in the company of Sir Alex Ferguson. That is all water long since under the bridge. For Paulo Sergio to go. McCain has slipped, and York can run away from Mateus. It's Dwight York. He's seen Beckham in the corner of his eye and was perhaps caught in the middle of that thought process.
Yeah, the problem when you get to this age is that you see one of your teammates sprinting clear and you think, oh, I'll save my energy for later on. I'll let Yorkie do it all, and he very nearly did.
Olic. There. He's wide by Effenberg, in the range of Andreas Oettel. Manchester United lost 3 Premier League games in the 98-99 season on the way to winning the title by just a point from Arsenal, 79 to 78. 20 odd fewer than City and Liverpool got this year. They lost at home to Arsenal, they lost at Sheffield Wednesday, and then to Brian Robson's Middlesbrough. York and Butt! Denied by Butt. And you're going down in instalments to prevent Nicky from scoring.
Yeah, I thought he was going to take it on his left foot, but he really didn't want to do that, did he? So he's cut back in onto his right foot, and you can just see he's just stretching there.
Olic, Sir Roberto. So they lost just 3 Premier League games, United, that year. They had a very tough cup run, actually. Had to beat Middlesbrough, a Liverpool side who led through a Michael Owen goal for almost all the game. York 88, Solskjaer 90, turning that game round here in the 4th round. They had Chelsea on that cup run too. Roy Mackay is offside. And of course the Arsenal famous semi-final. Oh, and a tensioness between De Michelis and Scholes.
Yeah, you know what Scholes is like. He was going in for a tackle as Manchester United make another substitution. Nicky Butt as well, just coming to the side of the pitch. He was feeling a little bit discomfort, but it's Sheringham on for Solskjaer.
Well, nobody's worrying too much about substitutions today, so don't assume that necessarily that's the last we'll see of Ollie Solskjaer, replaced, as Michael rightly says, by Teddy Sheringham. And Ollie has come right off and is joining Natalie down beneath us in conversation now. Natalie.
Yeah, the current Manchester United manager, super sub, and after 3 minutes and scored. What was it like to come on and score again at Old Trafford?
It's great to be out there, of course. The fans, as always, are unbelievable. I think it's gone more than 20 years since we played together, to be fair, because it was heavy out there.
You indicated you wanted to come off. How are the legs?
Yeah, no, my calves, they don't want to play anymore, so that's it.
What have you made of the opening minutes of the game?
Well, it's some of them players are quite fit still, so it's a competitive one. A few nice tackles flying in.
Thanks, Alex.
Cheers.
My calves don't want to play anymore. Nice. Remember the FA Cup final that year, Roy Keane was injured very early. Teddy Sheringham had to come on after 10 minutes, and within a couple of minutes he'd scored at Wembley against Newcastle. He was a high-impact player from the bench in both of the major cup finals. So Roberto lost his footing. I'm sure we're all enjoying this, but if you want your football super serious, then what is upcoming on BT Sport is, of course, for you. You hardly need reminding that the Europa League live from Baku will be with us this Wednesday. It is live for you on BT Sport 2 HD and 4K UHD from 6:30. That's a Chelsea-Arsenal clash, and we're all English in the Champions League final as well from 6 o'clock on Saturday evening. Our coverage of Spurs against Liverpool from Madrid. What a vintage year this has turned out to be. Effenberg. Sir Roberto, and the flag is up again, just to deny Paulo Sergio's a nifty little finish.
Yeah, that looked close, that one. Oh, it was as well. Interesting to see that one with VAR next year, and then Peter Schmeichel with his famous star jump. It wasn't required in the end.
So falling on Dennis Irwin. He accepted his smiling apology. Teddy Sheringham. Dwight York. Sheringham for Blomqvist. Blomqvist for York! Oh, what a finish! Roll back those years. Yorkie, you never stopped, did you?
Well, even the current crop of Manchester United players would be proud of that one. Teddy Sheringham does what he does best. He's exquisite to watch. He's just got the most perfect technique. And Dwight York just pulling off his man with his left foot. He sweeps it in. How he keeps that low is unbelievable. They normally go high and wide. But he's kept over it, kept it down, and that is a lot harder than Dwight York has made it look.
Fabulously crisp. And lapped up by the boss of bosses. Hey, picked that one out. 5 goals in that Champions League run, Dwight York, the most famous of which surely in that extraordinary from-behind triumph in Turin in the semi-final. He won 3-2 in the second leg. He scored just after the half hour, and Andy Cole got that thrilling winner 6 minutes from the end. Sort of semi-final we thought we'd never see the like of again. Only these days it seems to happen every week. Johnson another, he's a fortnight shy of his 50th birthday. Again by Schmeichel. Dennis Irwin getting up ahead of steam. Out for Beckham. Scholes, Neville, Sheringham. Beckham's got time to measure one. And he does! And Sheringham draws from Hans-Jörg Barker. Good flying save.
Yeah, again, it's a blast from the pass with David Beckham just moving inside. Gary Neville then on the overlap. Beckham gets wide again. Instead of his normal whip, he's played that one in with not much pace. Teddy Sheringham had to go back where it came from.
Beckham's corner. Johnson threw a boot at it. Michaelis was in the way. So Bayern can break now in the person of Ivica Olic. Roberto stands in the way. Ronnie Johnson, having competed in the Bayern penalty area, is taking a while to recover. We're going to see Mikhail Silvestre for Manchester United in place, presumably, of Ronnie Johnson, though not just yet. And I see Raymond van der Houw down beneath us as well. Peter Schmeichel might feel as though he's run his race. started 7 Premier League games, or 6 games that season, 4 of those in the Premier League as an understudy to Peter Schmeichel. But there was only one number 1, truth be told, back at that time, and it was him. And he's kept a clean sheet.
Yeah, that's why he's getting off. He's still competitive as ever. What a goalkeeper he was. One of the greatest of all time.
And the man who lifted it. Peter Schmeichel here, the star jump and the celebratory cartwheel. 398 games for Manchester United, including that famous goal against Rota Volgograd, and replaced by Raymond van der Houw, who won all 5 of the Premier League games in which he played in 98-99. He kept clean sheets at Southampton against Le Tissier and Ostenstadt, kept a clean sheet against Sheffield Wednesday, against Carbone and Booth, but he was always number 2 to Peter Schmeichel, who's with Natalie now.
Well, Peter, what an atmosphere as you came off then.
Brilliant. No, it's just really fantastic, and it just goes to show that what we did 20 years ago was something that really meant something to people, and you know, for so many people to turn up today, it's just incredible.
To captain this great team again must be pretty special.
Yeah, no, listen, I don't know where this fits in history, but it is a great team, and you know, so many years has gone, and you can see how the guys still connect with each other. You see how we play. We don't obviously move around the pitch as much as we could back in the day, but we can still find each other, and the 2 goals we scored was just fantastic.
You kept a clean sheet, so all smile.
Yeah, it was good. Now I hope we can keep it going for another hour, because it is really good.
Thanks, Peter.
Thanks.
And they would not have won the treble if he didn't save that penalty from Dennis Bergkamp at Villa Park in the Cup semi-final replay. Not many saved a Dennis Bergkamp penalty. Here's a check. Sergio and then Giovanni Albert. Albert, incidentally, was the big miss for Bayern in that final. He was injured for the big day. That's a good steal by Beckham. A step over from Sheringham. Wasn't quite on the same wavelength. And Mateus crept in between them.
It was actually on as well. I expected Dwight York to fancy that one, to come and front up and play that one too. Both of those 2 players, the number 10 type of player. Clever in and around the box.
Effenberg. Jonsson, regardless of that, has gone up against Giovanni Albert. Beckham. Oh, that's not changed. Blomqvist. Prepared to take on Oertel. Uncle's cross. Taken again by Hans-Jörg Butt.
It's the central area that's becoming a little bit empty now, isn't it? Tired legs already. People will be quick to get forward to try to get on the score sheet, but then not as easy to run back.
Time for some young legs, or relatively young. Louis Zaha owns a pair of those. Dwight York has just come over and requested to be given a break. Mateus Effenberg. To Michaelis. Olic. Trying to fiddle it through for Mackay. Carlo Sergio. To Michaelis, and well read by Ronnie Jonsson. Stones back pass, Van der Houw was wide awake. Neville. And Jesper Blomqvist. By Mateus. We see quite a lot of Jesper Blomqvist in this country still. He's on the sort of international television circuit, quite often broadcasting the Premier League to Swedish viewers. Effenberg. Albert. Kalis. Roberto, Effenberg. Albert went down, the referee wasn't too interested. Did speak to the referee before and he was very obviously genuine about the extent to which he felt privileged to be taking charge of a game like this. Tim Robinson, evidently enjoying the occasion. Dwight York had come over and told anyone who would listen that his hamstring was about to go, and Louis Zaha has replaced him. And he has now joined Natalie for a word.
Dwight, is it a case of the hamstrings, the calves just don't hold out like they used to?
Yeah, it's the hammies actually. I could feel it coming, and I think if I stay on, and you know one of those experienced styles, you come off while you can. So, unfortunately, but I managed to get 40 minutes, so which is pretty cool.
And took us through the goal, he made it look easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's instinctive, isn't it? It's what you've done all your life, and that could have gone anywhere, but lucky enough it ended up in the back of the net, so obviously I was delighted about it.
You can sit back and enjoy it now?
Yeah, that's exactly. That's, soak up the atmosphere and to see so many people come out and support such a wonderful and a historical moment in the club history.
Thanks, Dwight.
Thanks.
At least he thought his hamstring was going during the game. I used to think mine was going before the game started, but what a finish that was from Dwight York. He's done well to last the 40.
Albert, Mackay, Effenberg, Roberto. Oh, it's a super header, it's just wide.
It was a great ball and a great header. The only problem with this type of ball, when it's spinning this way, outside the left foot, you tend to head and it goes wide. The spin almost takes it wide. So you've almost, when that ball's coming in, you've almost got to think, right, I've got to aim for the goalkeeper here. And then the actual spin on the ball will spin off your head and it'll send it 3 or 4 yards wider than where you were aiming.
Paulo Sergio actually joined Bayern Munich in the summer of 1999, directly after that final. He had been at Roma playing alongside Totti and Del Vecchio very successfully. Played in the 2001 Champions League final in which Bayern beat Valencia on penalties. Michaelis, Roberto. Over by Roy Mackay, which gives us an opportunity to remind you about a big night of boxing coming your way, courtesy of BT Sport, on Saturday the 15th of June from 8 o'clock on the BT Sport 1HD and 4K UHD. It's Warrington and Galahad, and then from midnight on BT Sport Box Office, Fury and Schwartz. Clattered into by Demichelis. I think he's been a little wound up since he had a coming together with Paul Scholes quite early in the game.
Scholes and Butt in the middle there. You don't want to be messing with either of those, really. I'm sure the Bayern Munich team are a little frustrated with a couple of the tackles that they've put in, but more than expected, I think.
Ivica Olic still running, he's still the right side of 40. So Roberto. Roberto's turn and shot. Notwithstanding the fact we've had 3 or 4 substitutions, it would be surprising if the referee was cruel enough to add on time here. They're all panting for half-time.
Yeah, I can confirm that when you're playing in these type of games, you look at the clock more than you've ever looked at in your career.
Scholes, Beckham, Scholes, Beckham, beyond Sheringham for Blomqvist. But Sahar, Scholes, for a time now. Sheringham, but Beckham wanted to let it land for Sahar. It didn't. And we reached the break, and that has been thoroughly entertaining from the moment Ole Solskjaer came off the bench to score. A familiar enough refrain. He did so after 4 minutes. Dwight Yorke, fed by David Beckham, did so sumptuously on the half hour, and Old Trafford has immersed itself in this wonderful smiling nostalgia. We reach half-time in the Legends game of 1999, and Manchester United this time are ahead at the break by 2-0.
20 years ago, the lives of many associated with Manchester United were changed forever. And now, thanks to the Manchester United Foundation, this great football club continues to change the lives of young people around Greater Manchester every single day. To donate £5 to this wonderful cause, just text Treble 5 to 70233. Thank you.
Morning, David. All ready for the 10 o'clock?
All good.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
God.
the time has arrived.
I thought he wasn't in today.
Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury.
Say that again, I can't hear a word with this racket going on. Morning, Dave.
Morning, Tyson. Didn't think you was in this morning.
I'm here all week, you big dosser.
Great.
Bet365 is the world's favourite online betting company for many reasons. Match live, instant alerts, and a number of events we stream. Over the years, Bet365 has welcomed more than 32 million members worldwide. And please, gamble responsibly.
Sunshine in a bag, I'm useless. But now the future is coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on.
Only BT guarantee Wi-Fi in every room.
Time for me is nothing cause I'm counting no A's. Nah, I couldn't be there. Nah, you shouldn't be scared. I'm good at repairs and I'm under each snare.
My future is coming on, it's coming on.
BT, be there.
Hey, what's with the light show?
It's an intimidation display.
Consider us very intimidated.
We opened Pandora's box, and there's no closing it now.
Long live
king.
Godzilla, King of the Monsters. In cinemas Wednesday. Book tickets now.
You know what really stings? HMRC is changing the way you file your taxes. Crazy, right? Your job isn't being good at tax stuff, it's being good at that. With QuickBooks, you can snap, sort, and store your receipts, which makes tax filing a doddle. Because after a day of working with needles, you shouldn't be the one in pain.
QuickBooks, backing you.
I found a place in my heart. I found a light in the dark. I found my heaven.
Expedia. ATOL protected.
Do you, do I, do we ever stop to question why we do what we do? For there are so many whys on this quest for truth. But you see, the truth never lies. I can relate to your struggle. I overstand the hustle, but it's the music that moves. We are still brothers, whatever path we choose. We're still brothers, so respect Joe. It's what we do.
Funding Circle offer affordable loans to help your business go further. We're fast, so you won't be waiting around. And you'll get a dedicated account manager to help you on your journey. Rates start from 1.9% per year. So join the thousands of businesses who have taken out a Funding Circle loan and help your business fly. Apply today at fundingcircle.com.
Hello? Hola, Glenn. Esto es Flavor. Nuevos McCoys, muchos, Glenn. Muchos mexicano tortilla chip. Para fiesta con DJ Burro. McCoys, muchos. Nuevos McCoys, muchos. When Mexican flavor calls.
Sir Alex Ferguson back in the dugout today to lead all the stars from Manchester United's 99 treble winning season for the reunion as they take on Bayern Munich. Solskjaer, as he does best, off the bench 3 minutes later, made it 1-0, and then Dwight York making it 2. Today, though, all about raising money for the Man U Foundation.
To donate £5 to this wonderful cause, just text treble 5 to 70233. Thank you.
I'm also very excited to tell you about our latest BT Sport film as well. State of Play is modern football stripped bare, a unique insight into the game by a host of star names who play it, coach it, shape it and cherish it. This remarkable piece premieres right after the Europa League final on Wednesday. So 2-0 to Man United. I'm joined by my pundits today, Jesse Lingard and Marcus Rashford. Jesse, what did you make of the first half? It was a decent watch.
Yeah, it's been really fun. It's very competitive. You see those goals, he's got it with the tackles. He's been very snappy about the pitch, but it's been enjoyable and like I said, they want to win the game.
Let's get a striker's perspective then, Marcus, on Ollie's opening goal, off the bench after 3 minutes and the super sub again.
Yeah, I think that's him in a nutshell. Really, his positioning is always in the right place at the right time, and it ends up a simple goal. But the play before that, as you can see now on the right hand side, he's waiting and being patient. Really, he's in the 6-yard box when the ball comes to him.
What about David Beckham's part in that? He's still got it, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, you see the first 2 minutes he was spraying balls about. He's still got the technique, hangs on the right hand side, drops deep and looks to make things happen.
And what about the second goal then, Jesse? It was a brilliant finish, wasn't it, from Dwight York?
Yeah, it was brilliant work. York is always in the right place at the right time. It's great movement to move the defender, and like I said, it was a great finish.
So all gone well so far for Manchester United. 2-0 they lead Bayern Munich at half-time. Who else stood out for you today, Marcus?
I think Teddy Sheringham's played some nice passes since he's come on the pitch. Obviously Scholes and Beckham have been spraying balls around for fun, so they've been enjoying themselves. And Yapstam as well looks strong at the back.
And what about Gary Neville? Because he looks desperate for a goal, doesn't he? He was even on the left wing at one point.
Yeah, he's dying for a goal. He's been up and down the wing, and it's great to see that he's still got it and he's still putting 100% in for Man United.
What about the fitness levels from Neville?
The tempo's a bit slow, but the quality is still there. They can still find each other with the passes. So we have to look at the positives. But it's tough to keep up a high tempo for 90 minutes.
And I think anyone who thought it was going to be a friendly affair today, Paul Scholes and Yapstam have made sure that's not the case, haven't they?
Yeah, Scholes is known for his tackling. He's had that in training and he takes it into matches, and still to this day he's competitive. You can see there he's arguing with the Michaelis. But it's a great spirit to have.
Do you think he could still play, Scholesy?
With his vision, even in a game like today, he's always 2 or 3 steps ahead. I think he's only been caught on the ball once, so yeah, why not?
Okay, well, it's 2-0 at half-time as we celebrate Manchester United's treble-winning season, all to raise money for the Manchester United Foundation today. It is 2-0. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer off the bench, of course, after 3 minutes to make it 1-0, and Dwight York with the second. We'll be back soon for the second half.
Because I'm a Londoner, that I love London town, but London's foul. London's a merry-go-round, a cycle of life full of ups and downs.
MLB London Series, live on BT Sport.
Estrovia, sports fans. Betting on football is all up in here, so I'm keeping my mind in check in Mother Russia, home of this grandmaster.
What's up, girl?
Crushed her.
Don't bet silly, bet savvy. So you think you know your cricket? Here's your chance to prove it. Play for free and you could win £100,000 in cash. The smart money's on Coral.
He's my data self. We met at Experian. And because I know his financial history, I can help him decide which personal loan to choose.
Unfortunately, I also let him choose this weekend away.
You said you wanted to get back to nature.
I need the loo. This will be interesting.
Morning. Good morning.
Find out how your data self can help you make better financial decisions at Experian.
I've been hairdressing 40 years. I can't end homelessness. What I can do with Haircuts for Homeless is use cutting hair to help other people.
I don't think people buy National Lottery tickets to help good causes, and I don't blame them. But buying a ticket and playing helps us do what we do.
So much confusion. Free gifts that are anything but. Too good to miss, or too good to be true. Not all free gifts are born equal. Get £20 free Texaco fuel with your car insurance. Don't be confused. BeConfused.com.
Mind your own business. Oddly enough, the one place you never hear that is in business. Maybe because when barriers go up, shutters tend to come down. But a business that's open-minded, open late. Open to new places, markets, the world. Well, a business like that stays open. Now is not the time to batten down the hatches, because being open is good for business.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Oh, it hurts. But you're not using smarter tools to run your business. You work too hard to work this hard. Collecting receipts? Is it the 80s? Doing your VAT by hand? Oh, mate. You should be wrangling pets, not payments. QuickBooks gives you a brilliant set of business tools that do all the hard work for you. You may groom pooches, but you don't have to work like a dog. Short back inside, sir.
QuickBooks, backing you.
Dove Paolo?
Oh, ma che fine ha fatto Paolo?
Paolo, non sto sentendo.
Life's most important invitations are for those who matter most. Make time for what matters. Join Birra Moretti, il grande invito.
That's it! History made at Anfield! Miracles do happen for Liverpool in Europe. No Salah, no Firmino, no problem for Liverpool. The most amazing Champions League night this great crowd has ever seen.
"20 years ago, the lives of many associated with Manchester United were changed forever. And now, thanks to the Manchester United Foundation, this great football club continues to change the lives of young people across Greater Manchester every single day. To donate £5 to this wonderful cause, text Treble 5 to 70233. Thank you."
Yes, BT Sport viewers can donate to support the Manchester United Foundation's work with underprivileged young people across Greater Manchester. Viewers can do so in one of two ways. You can send a text with Treble 5 to donate £5 or Treble 10 to donate £10 to 70233, or by visiting bt.com/treble donate and donating online. Republic of Ireland viewers can only donate via the website, and for terms visit www.bt.com/treble terms. But Manchester United's team from that 99 treble winning season at the reunion today, leading Bayern Munich at 2-0. Jesse Lingard and Marcus Rashford have been watching with me. Sir Alex Ferguson is back in the dugout today. Jesse, how pleased will he be with what he's seen so far?
Yeah, I mean, he's always had, he's always had that winning mentality. He also win every game. To see him back in the dugout's amazing, and I'm sure he's happy with the performance at the moment.
Well, we've had a great first half here. 2-0 they lead. Here's Sir Alex heading back to his seat, and they look all ready to kick off for the second half. So let's get back to Michael Owen and your commentator, Peter Drury. Back to you.
Well, Lindsay, Sir Alex wasn't smiling at half-time in Barcelona that evening in 1999. United were behind to Mario Basler's deflected free kick. He would make substitutions later that evening, which changed the world. He's made 1 or 2 now. You just saw that Karol Poborski, the Czech winger, who wasn't a part of that evening, is on for United. And there have been alterations also in the Bayern team. They've changed their goalkeeper, Bernd Dreyer, who was on the bench behind Oliver Kahn in '99, is in goal for them now. And big Carsten Janker's on. I don't know if you remember, but he hit the crossbar in the second half in the Champions League final. He once famously scored for Germany against England, just that Michael Owen scored more that night. And he's a big target man and could pose Michael a different problem for United centre-halves.
Yeah, I actually think he'll pose a problem that the United centre-halves will like. At this stage of their lives, they don't want nippy little centre-forwards running around and chasing them down and running into the channel. So I think a big man that's not going to move too much and just be a target man, I think Jaap Stam and Ronnie Johnson will prefer that, let's say. But he was a good player in his time, as you say, Peter. Scored the first goal when we, I was going to say fortunately, beat them 5-1, but it wasn't too lucky.
You can have that one. No need for modesty in that regard.
Old Trafford confirmation of the substitutions for Bayern Munich Legends, replacing the 22 Anthony Gordon Hutt and
Came off for Bayern Munich, and so did Stefan Effenberg. They have another number 6 as well as Martin de Michaelis. You can see in midfield in place of Effenberg, Christian Nerlinger, another who actually left the club before that fateful season he played between 1990 and 1998. Went on to play for Dortmund, Kaiserslautern, and indeed Rangers. Briefly, Christian Nerlinger. Scholes, Sheringham, but followed by Albert. Now Olic. Aimed in at Mackay. Johnson knew where to be. Squirted off, say, Roberto, and come back to Ivica Olic. And Paulo Sergio and Nerlinger. So Roberto couldn't progress, and so Scholes has invited Sheringham forward. It's a good reach by de Michaelis. So Roberto, Paulo Sergio. Roy Mackay, Carsten Janker. Didn't connect.
No, and there's the difference between Janker and Dwight York, because they're similar chances. Coming on the volley on the left foot with the ball slightly behind him. York obviously kept it down and hit it well, and Janker just couldn't quite connect properly with it.
Stumbled. Nerlinger's had a very good start, actually. One of those 3 substitutions you see confirmed. Shot attempted by Paulo Sergio.
It's one of the first things that goes when you stop playing football regularly, is that power, that time. It's more timing actually than power. You see there, shot coming in, it's a little bit weak. A lot of the time you go to try to ping a ball and it always falls short. Well, I've been particularly impressed with Beckham and Scholes' passes today. They still time the ball really exquisitely. They are 2 of the best passers of the ball, certainly of my generation. So you don't expect their timing to be out. And then we have another one.
Mateusz was not going to let Karol Poborski escape. So, check. The set piece comes to nothing, and Zé Roberto's on his way. Look at Olic darting beyond him. So Roberto has found Ivica Olic offside.
Wily old fox. Dennis Irwin there. He could have gone with the runner, tracked him across the pitch, but no. He stayed.
Some sympathy for Ivica Olic. Within a month or 2 of his 40th birthday, he's just sprinted 50 yards for no real purpose. But Poborski had a very good year or 2 for Manchester United. I'll tell you what happened to him. David Beckham happened to him. The emergence of an English superstar eclipsed him. There's Irwin, and there's Scholes, and there is Martin de Michaelis to execute an heroic goal line block. Now Gary Neville. Beckham.
Well, a Beckham trademark cross there. Not that it was in terms of going in behind, but the way he whips it. When you just look here, Sheringham plays a big part in this, taking all the men in front. And normally Scholes, he goes for power. This is a very rare occasion where he goes to place it, and actually he places it virtually perfectly. It was just the wrong decision. He had to go with a bit more power, which is something I never thought I'd accuse Scholesy of. Lovely play as well down this left-hand side. Dennis Irwin took the ball in his stride and actually picked the right ball as well, as much as Teddy Sheringham was trying to make the run across the near post. Really, it was a disguised run to create the space from in behind him.
Zaha.
He was always an interesting player, Peter. Louis Zaha, he's almost unplayable sometimes. Did you play with him? I played with him in a couple of charity games. I played against him a lot of the time, and he was one of those players whereas when you ask defenders who you hated playing against, he would be near top of the list. He could get in behind. He used to be able to spring and hold his height in the air, almost have hang time. Brilliant in the air. He was just fitter for longer than I'm sure he would have broken a lot more records, but certainly in terms of ability, he was sensational.
Well, he was a part of the French squad that went all the way in the 2006 World Cup. He was very unfortunately suspended for the World Cup final.
Well, I always remember Gary Neville saying they played Fulham one day and he just gave them all kinds of problems, and they came in at half-time almost shaking their head in disbelief, and not long after Sir Alex Ferguson bought him purely on that one game. So, I mean, he was super talented, but as I say, he had a lot of injury problems.
Beckham. Podolski. Louis Zaha. Goals in 124 games up to 2008 for Manchester United. Couple more Bayern changes now. That is a very laudable 15 minutes plus for a gentleman of 58 years plus, Lothar Matthäus. He gives way to 53-year-old Marcus Schupp. That is an ambassador of the game. And indeed, Lothar Matthäus is with Natalie now, as Sami Kufor comes on as well. Natalie, it's all yours.
I know Marcus was pretty cautious ahead of today's game. Was that everything you expected it to be out there?
First, great atmosphere, great event, and we do it for something very nice, for charity, to help. And I think this is the most important thing today, not the result. And very nice to see the players from Man United. Nice to see my teammate from 20 years ago. It's a beautiful day, and thanks God for the sun today in Manchester.
Is this still a very competitive Man United side 20 years on?
Oh, sure, it's a big story, especially for the English football, for the Champions League football. Was a final will be ever in the memory of the football fans. Bayern Munich dominate the game 90 minutes, and then 2 minute extra time. Man United scored 2 goals, and we have to congratulate them.
Have you still got a goal in you this afternoon, do you think?
Yeah, we hope that you see the team from Man United is much more fit. It's a little bit younger than the team from Bayern Munich, but I think this is not so important today. Important was 20 years ago, and we congratulate after the game Man United. But today I think we say thanks to everybody who support this game, who give the money to help people who need it.
Thanks for talking to us.
Welcome.
Couldn't say it better than that. Say again, Bayern Munich are so gracious in the way they embrace an occasion that marks one of their darkest hours.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure I'd be getting on a plane and turning up. I've just had probably one of the worst nights of my footballing career, so full marks to them, and as you say, great words then from an absolute legend. I hope I'm still running around at 58 like he is.
Zaha and Sami Kufor into the Stretford end. The man who did give us, whether he wanted to or not, one of the televisual images of that night, Sami Kufor beating the turf in the Nou Camp in raw desperation at the end of it all. And who says, incidentally, Kufor, he has never ever watched the game back, nor does he intend to. Dennis Owen has run as far as he can run. He does look extremely trim for a man of his age. And he is replaced by Mikhail Silvestre, who joined United in 1999 from Inter. Podolski
That was the one that you were talking about, Peter. Oh, but if only Nicky Butt had read the script.
Neville. By Vitacek. Stan. Neville. Scholes. Neville. He's not got a free kick for that, has he?
He has. There's definitely a little bit of retribution in the air. A lot of these games are very similar. As soon as someone puts a tackle in, word goes out saying, hang on a minute, lads. These are being a bit serious here, and I'm sure Scholesy's caught a couple in the first half, and there's, as I say, a bit of retribution there. There's a little swinging leg. He certainly didn't need to do that, but just leaving a bit on Scholesy there.
Fella, there was Hans Pfluger. He was one of 2 or 3 changes that happened whilst we were hearing from Lothar Matthäus. It's the wrong side for David Beckham to shoot, you would think.
Who do you think, Gary Neville or David Beckham crossing this one?
Ask the Stretford end who they prefer. Beckham with whip.
Ooh, was there a hand in there? Was there a hand in there? There's a little smile, which suggests I think there was. Oh, the arms come up. Oh, it's a certain penalty. Timed it to perfection as well.
Vitacek's playing volleyball. Beckham's corner, Sahar's lead. And Bayern Munich's goal kick.
Substitution for United, replacing number 18, Paul Scholes.
Paul Scholes has played this game as if it were his first for Manchester United, with incredible zeal and vigour and determination. Should have had a goal. He was replaced by Jonathan Greening, who was on the bench in Barcelona. He played just 7 times for Manchester United that season. The young man who came out of York City and went on post-United to play for Middlesbrough and West Brom and Fulham and others. And Paul Scholes now is with Natalie.
Paul, how are you feeling?
A little bit knackered, as you can tell. Voice has gone a bit. No, it's enjoyable, honestly. Warm day, but no, really enjoyed it. Winning 2-0, so that's good so far.
Well, so for some this might be a friendly game, but yeah, I suppose you never lose that competitive streak, do you?
No, try not to, no. You got to make it as real as you possibly can, and I know Dean McKelly's were up with the tackle, but he wasn't stopping, so I wasn't stopping, and sometimes you have to look after yourself.
All the fans were urging you to shoot every time you were on the ball, and you had the ball at the back of the net. Were you robbed of that goal, Paul?
No, not really. I try to play. It's the best 1-2 I've ever played with Gary Neville, actually. He knew nothing about it. But yeah, he was just offside, so never mind.
Like you say, great occasion to be part of.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Obviously 20 years ago, and come back and everyone's made the effort to come here. It's a great achievement, and hopefully we can raise a lot of money for the foundation.
Right, you go and sit down.
Thank you. Cheers.
What a line that is. Brilliant, Scholesy. He's probably off to get his inhaler because he was panting a little bit there.
Greening. Running there for Zé Roberto. Ivica Olic, Jonsson's tackle. And after consultation with his assistant, the referee resisted the temptation to point at the spot.
Yeah, first impression was it was the right decision. I thought Ronnie Johnson got the ball here. And I think he did, and no question of a back pass either. Yeah, there you can see quite clearly from that angle. It was a very, very clean and good tackle.
I'm afraid Carsten Janker hasn't lasted very long here. He's down in front of us, having come on at half-time, but something's gone snap. And he's being replaced here by Carsten Lakis, 48-year-old striker who, in his day, played for countless clubs through the 90s and the early part of the 21st century. Was involved as a title winner in the 96-97 season. Torsten Fink is with us as well, who came on in the 1999 Champions League final as a substitute for Lothar Matthäus with 10 minutes to play. So he is one of the originals.
Yeah, Carsten Janker just clutching his left hamstring as he hobbled off there, so it's the end of his day.
Shot. Otto. It's Torsten Fink. He still looks roughly as I remember him. Olic. Fluger now from left back. Stam gave it a flick. Silvestre gave it a little bit more. And here is Olic. Stam committed himself and got between player and ball.
Well, that was a fabulous ball from Oppel. Lovely diagonal over Jaap Stam's head. As is the norm with Jaap Stam, he recovers well.
Stam saw a Champions League final drama from both perspectives, actually. Remember, he was in the Milan team that played Liverpool in Istanbul. That one must have hurt. They're bouncing off him. What is this, WWF? And here goes Sahar. There are 18 players left in the wrong half. Sahar, Sheringham. Sahar. Mickey Buck. Sheringham, Neville. Very well judged challenge into the Kalis. And just about kept it in for Zé Roberto. Struggle. Shot. Right through for Lakis. Running off red by Silvestre.
I love this part of the game now. It starts off as a friendly and then a couple of tackles go in, and just in the last couple of minutes there's been a few. Di Michelis raised his leg a little bit on Gary Neville, and I think you'll see that in the last few minutes. The fun starts to subside and competitive nature takes over.
I'm supposed to give them the benefit of the doubt as well. They're arriving later and later, aren't they? Louis Sahar. And the reach of Teddy Sheringham. Greening. Sylvestre. Poborski. Nicely done. Louis Zaha. Brings in the way again. Beckham. Aimed in at Sheringham. Away by Sanu Kuffour. Fluga. Michaelis. Beckham's won it for Neville. And Neville has set it for Sheringham. It's Gary Neville! Still no. Still no.
Oh, he gets a nosebleed in these situations, does Gary Neville. He had to pass the ball, but he saw glory at the Stratford end. The ball drops to him. Does well there, but now he's got to lift his head up. Back post Poborski, or pull it back to Zaha. It's a tight angle, and he goes for glory.
Number 24.
He wouldn't have laughed 20 years ago. But it's a lovely thing that Gary can. Jaap Stam has been withdrawn, Wes Brown has been sent on, and the big Dutch fella is with Natalie now.
Yeah, but standing ovation there. Just describe how much you've enjoyed this afternoon.
Yeah, it was great to play over here, like always, you know, and especially at this moment 20 years back from what we've done together. You know, it's great achievement, and also like this reunion is fantastic to play. Yeah.
Some of the players really rolling back the years this afternoon. Who's impressed you today?
Well, you know, to be honest, you know, most of the players, they're quite fit. And of course you can see like from the beginning of the game, like already Scholesy and Becks, you know, they're quite fit and they play quite easily, don't they?
They're taking it all very seriously before today.
You know, everybody, of course, you know, every time when we play, it doesn't matter what age we are, every game we play, you want to win. And these games as well, especially against Bayern Munich again, of course, you know, we all remember what happened. You know, it wasn't our best game over there, but we still won the title, and now it's for us a little bit of revenge of playing a bit better as well, and that's what we've done.
We've come and get some great memories.
Yeah, fantastic. It's very good. Yeah.
Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
Withdrawn today, perhaps in the interest of world peace. Here's Ivica Olic. Is that a pop? Didn't really threaten Van der Haar. Greening. From Greening, who became actually a bit of a Steve McLaren man, didn't he? Following him to Middlesbrough and had very successful years there. Poborski. And Butts. And he's got a free kick. Now this one is in Beckham territory.
Yeah, it was a dubious one, I felt. Thought Nicky Butt just overrun it, looking to play for the 1-2. Yeah, he certainly stopped in his tracks there, but maybe there was a foul from Schupp. Just here in behind. Does he catch Butty? Yeah, potentially. But whatever, it's been given a free kick, and this is exactly what Old Trafford had come to see.
Well, you look at Beckham in this position and you think Greece, don't you? That end, just about this square yard of grass, to take us to a World Cup finals in another time. Not him, he's Scottish and proud of it. Beckham, not this time. He's given the free kick to Bayern Munich. Change or two to make again now, and Bayern Munich, as well as Martin de Michelis, have another former Manchester City centre-half who's coming on, in fact, in place of the right-back Otto. This is Daniel Van Bouten. Van Bouten and de Michelis played together in the Champions League final of 2010, so relatively young men. He played 6 times for Kevin Keegan at Manchester City in 2004. Michaelis Lakis. Like a shot. Helped on its way by Van Bouten. And by Fink. Van Bouten. Merlinger. So Roberto. He's played the full game. Olic. By Silvestre. Podolski and Sheringham looking to shape something canny off the outside of his right boot.
Oh, you could just see it brewing. David Beckham picked up the ball and he was desperate to play that ball right over the full-back's head. Lovely first touch from Podolski. He did everything right. I just thought Sheringham would sweep it in with his left foot. You can't really get much power just prodding away with your outside of your right foot there, but the only criticism was a lovely sweeping move from United.
Another change in goal for Manchester United. This, you'll remember, is Kevin Pilkington, who played 8 times for them, just 6 in the Premier League. As an understudy before going on to have a career with Port Vale and Mansfield and Notts County. Pick away past Nerlinger. Podolski. And still. Silvestre. That was a hard plunging.
Yeah, I like my centre forwards getting across that near post, across their defender. You see the little change in direction, almost faking to go back post and then last minute darting across, but very difficult header to get on target.
Well, the big European finals are ahead of us in 2019. Both of them, of course, live, courtesy of BT Sport. The first, the Europa League final, this Wednesday from 6:30, Chelsea and Arsenal in Baku, BT Sport 2 HD and 4K UHD. And on the same channels from 6 o'clock on Saturday evening, Tottenham versus Liverpool to become the champions of Europe. Martin de Michelis has been withdrawn and replaced by Michael Sternkopf, who was from an era just prior to 1999, the first half of the 1990s. Here's Louis Saha. 2-4 in the way.
Now that is centre forward play. Louis Saha coming towards Beckham and then turning, spinning, opposite movement they call it, in the coaching manual, and Beckham was right on his wavelength. Beautiful first touch as well from Saha.
Beckham. Jonsson flicked it away from Butt behind him. Podolski away from Sternkopf. Wins a corner.
Well, Nicky Butt screaming there. It was his ball really, but Ronnie Jonsson just got a touch on it, took it away from him.
Beckham. What United supporters wanted him to do. Back in by Butt. And Dreyer dropped it. And it's gone out for a corner mercifully for him.
I think he was thinking of throwing it before he'd even caught it.
And many years as a top-level goalkeeping coach, Bernd Dreyer. Since his time at Bayern. Roberto. 2-4. Not instinctively very often that far forwards. Berlinger. Fink. Has Brown dealt with him. Gary Neville's just indicated to the bench he's done enough.
Yeah, fair play to him as well. He's lasted nearly 80 minutes. And it's not an easy position to play as well, especially when David Beckham's alongside you. Because a lot of the time you have to do your overlapping round backs. He tends to touch and shift it and then knock it in the box, or he needs an overlapper, so...
But... Sahar. And Mickey Butts! Found the bottom corner and loved his moment.
I just love that finish from Nicky Butt. It's good play again from Manchester United. Bringing it down onto this left-hand side. They've got a bit of width. He's a always willing runner, and then he plays a great ball in with a little bit of pace on it, but it's bobbling a bit. Wasn't easy again. You go for power, and normally that ends up in the Stratford end. He just guides it into that far corner. A little bit of spin, always going away from the goalkeeper. Very classy.
Well, there's not the same jeopardy there was 20 years ago, that's for sure. The nerve-shredding tension doesn't exist. Nicky Butt has taken the game out of the reach of Bayern Munich, and United are making a couple of changes here. David May is on, and so is Henningberg, two new centre-halves. One of them in place of Teddy Sheringham, and the other in place of Ronnie Johnson. So it looks to me as though David May is Manchester United's new centre-forward.
He's a real joker of the dressing room, David May. I played in a charity game not so well a few years ago with him, and he was let's just say he doesn't really take it too seriously. Most players, they cross that white line and all of a sudden the serious nature of what they've done all their life kicks in. Not with David May.
He played the whole of the FA Cup final in '99, David May. He hadn't played a great many first-team games that season, but for one reason or another, he was needed in the mix. Well, the reasons are clear. They had three very big games in a row.
Yeah, he was a good player himself. Very good at Blackburn. Obviously got him the move to Manchester United. And he's on all of the pictures when they lift the Champions League trophy in Barcelona.
Yeah, his positional sense when the photos were there to be taken was outstanding. Beckham saw that. So Kufur had a 5-yard head start and needed all 5 of those yards. Sternkopf. Up at Lakis. Like Gary Neville, who hasn't had his wish, he still has to go. And further to compliment him, he hasn't played the sort of conservative fullback role you might expect in a game like this. He's kept bombing on.
Yeah, and looking down the list of substitutes, everybody's been used, so he might have to play the 90 minutes unless somebody re-emerges.
Made for Poborski. Kufur is not letting him past.
Well, it's a bit of a case of going round Kufur at the moment, but sufficiently close to the touchline. to manage to just guide it out for a goal kick.
Lackeys. Torsten Fink. Last 8 wearying minutes. Lich. It's the first involvement for Kevin Pilkington. Boughton. Lich. And as we head into the closing stages, just a reminder, we are here for very good reason, and if you have the wherewithal to contribute, please do. BT Sport viewers can donate to the Manchester United Foundation's work with underprivileged young people across Greater Manchester. You can do it one of two ways. You can send a text with treble 5 to donate £5, treble 10 to donate £10. The text number is 70233. If you've enjoyed the afternoon with us, then please, if you can, do that, or visit www.bt.com/treble-donate and give what you can online. Viewers in the Republic of Ireland could only do that via the website, and the terms and conditions, www.bt.com/treble-terms. Podolski, Greening is onside here, and Louis Saha can bolt in United's fourth.
Yeah, very nice play again from Manchester United. That deep run caught them out from Jonathan Greening. The question mark was it offside or not? I thought not in real time. You can quite clearly see it's a good decision from the linesman. And Louis Saha, he runs past David May. I suppose he could go and meet it early, take it with his right foot, but he does the absolute right thing. Lets it run across his body, opens up the angle and slots it home.
Brings a smile to everybody's face. Enjoyed that scoreboard back in the day. Roberto. Up at Olic and back by Gary Neville. Not too much left.
Yeah, I don't think Butty's as disappointed as Gary Neville is, because he made a lung-busting run down the right wing as well. Now he's got to get back. In fact, I think he's just pointing to everybody else to get back for him. He's walking back.
Kuffour showing on himself. Lich. Strides Wes Brown, and David Beckham can go one more time. Gary Neville is wide of him as Saha is through the middle, and Beckham has picked out Saha. It's well watched by Daniel van Bouten. Anniversaries. 60 years ago, he was just finishing his penultimate year as an amateur with Queen's Park. 50 years ago, he scored his last big European goal for Rangers in a Fairs Cup quarter-final against Athletic Bilbao. 40 years ago, he just finished his first season in charge of Aberdeen. 30 years ago, Manchester United finished 11th in his third season in charge, and within a decade he'd won 5 Premier Leagues, 3 FA Cups and this Champions League. And 20 years ago, well, that's why we're here. Roberto. Watch. Torsten Fink. So Roberto. Nerlinger had a swing at it. Phillips took it back. Sternkopf. Speared out by Gary Neville. Greening, Saha, Jonathan Greening. Flicked up towards Nicky Butt. Now that would have iced the cake. Far too old to be doing things like that.
I didn't think he had that in him. Last time I watched him in a charity game, he snapped his Achilles tendon, so I mean, I'm more than impressed to see Butty getting around the pitch today, and certainly didn't expect him to be flying in the air doing that.
And all of that does dovetail rather nicely, Michael, with your choice of man of the match.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it to Nicky Butt. Of course, people have been making fleeting appearances, but he's been a constant there in the middle. He's won his balls, he's kept possession, he's got on the score sheet with an exquisite finish, so I'll give it Nicky Butt.
Now Beckham. Beckham could go all the way here. That's showbiz. He knows where the limelight is. Beckham, Stretford end.
Can I give the man of the match to Bax?
Darling of his club, darling of his country. Forever young. David Peter Pan Beckham, 5.
Well, it's a cracking run from David Beckham. I did for one moment just think he was going to give it to his old mate Gary Neville on the far post, but no, Stratford Andy couldn't resist. And there goes the final whistle. On a perfect note, David Beckham whacking the ball into the roof of the net.
So an afternoon that began with a goal from super sub Solskjaer ends in the sweetest show business manner, courtesy of the sweet, everlasting right foot of David Beckham. Between those 2 goals, strikes from York, Butt and Saha, the scoreline really doesn't matter. The smiles do, the money raised matters even more than that. That they had a chance, those indeed who weren't necessarily alive at the time, to relish their heroes of a couple of decades ago was the raison d'etre for this whole afternoon as well. Gary Neville did the full 90 minutes with remarkable energy, and the sun shone. It was entertainment as entertainment is intended to be, and nobody could have done anything other, Michael Owen, than enjoy that.
Oh, it was absolutely brilliant. I mean, it was a perfect result. It's exactly what this crowd wanted. Full marks as well to Bayern Munich, who've travelled over here and put up a good show themselves. But it was a great day. The sun's shining and there's plenty of smiles around Old Trafford.
And one cannot help but reflect on 20 years ago and imagine how different the scenes were in the Nou Camp, that never-to-be-forgotten evening. And having run the full 90 minutes, I can see down beneath me that Gary Neville as he always did, I must say, as a player, has been prepared to be hauled in for the interview. He and the man of the match, Nicky Butt, are with Natalie now.
Yeah, Gary and Nicky alongside me here. Gary, I know you were looking over to the bench at about, 80 minutes, but you got a full game under your belt. You must be pretty pleased with that.
Yeah, it was better than I thought, to be honest with you. I've played a few of those games, and they are what they are. Obviously, we're not as fit as we used to be, and it's a big pitch, but I enjoyed it, and it was nice the moment. He should have passed to me, by the way, at the end.
What are you going to say about that, Nicky?
It's good fun. I think it's important that we do things for obviously a good cause and foundation. It's to commemorate a really good year that we had in the history of the club, but to get back together with all these lads and in front of all these amazing fans, it's been a really good day for it all in general.
Was the camaraderie in the dressing room just as it was 20 years ago?
Yeah, I think it is with most of us. It's like you've just been to see each other every single week. Obviously I see a lot of the lads locally, but it's great to see the lads out coming from afar and to catch up again, and it feels like it was only a few weeks ago, though it's 20 years.
Was the game everything you expected it to be today? Was it as competitive as you wanted it to be?
No, I mean, we're finished, to be honest with you. I think physically, you watch the lads now in the Premier League and they're amazing, and I watch them every week and you feel how far you are away. My mind knows what to do, but my body's not taking me there, and that's why we all retired sort of 8-9 years ago. But it's brilliant to be out here. It's like I say, we've raised a lot of money for United's foundation. They do a lot of work with young kids in the community who need an opportunity in life, and that's the most important thing.
Say, it must brought back great memories to pull on the shirt again, to play under Sir Alex again, to play in this atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it was worth coming just to sort of be in the changing room pre-match, because that was a special bit really. And to be fair, you know, I was happy with the goal at the end for David, and Nicky's goal were brilliant. So at least I saw some good goals as well.
We'll let you go and enjoy the celebrations.
Gary Neville there and Nicky Butt talking to Natalie Quirk, two of the players out there who managed 90 minutes along with David Beckham. How much did you enjoy that, Jesse?
Yeah, it's very enjoyable. You know, a lot of goals. You know, it's great to see some old faces, but it's been really enjoyable day next to a great guys.
And a 5-0 thrashing. I think you predicted 4-2 at the start, Marcus. You must be happy with that.
Yeah, I thought Bayern would have done a bit better today. Some of the players looked sharp when he was warming up, so I went for 4-2. But yeah, it's been an enjoyable day, and you know, I hope the players have all enjoyed it.
Well, we'll look back at the goals very shortly, get some more reaction from Marcus and Jesse here. But as Man United's 99 treble celebrations continue here at Old Trafford, now seems like a very good time to remind you about this year's Champions League final as Liverpool and Tottenham prepare to go head-to-head on BT Sport.
Confess to me, you did not see this coming. Fate took its own path, weaving its way through failure and disappointment. We screamed into the abyss and witnessed divine intervention. Thou shalt never walk alone. We dared to do the impossible. We have summoned miracles and witnessed resurrection, tearing down our demons and refusing to accept defeat. Defeat or victory, this will be our final testament. The whole world is watching, and we are all hungry for more.
What a final to look forward to here at Old Trafford. We are celebrating Manchester United's treble-winning season. They've beaten Bayern Munich 20 years on with 5 goals to nil. Solskjaer, York, Butt, Zaha, and then what everyone wanted to see at the end, David Beckham on the score sheet. The fans here have had a brilliant day. I've got Jesse Lingard and Marcus Rashford alongside me, and we'll have more reaction from Old Trafford after the break.
Oh, nice. Free bet. What do you reckon?
No brainer, mate. No brainer, mate.
Nobody no-brainers the hunch. Free bet time. Brain cells, go!
Bookings.
3.2 much average. I like it.
Both teams to score.
78% chance. Now we're talking.
Corners.
10.5 per game.
No team beginning with C has ever beaten.
I'll take it from here.
look and learn.
Heed your hunch with Betway's free bet club. Put £25 on multiples for £10 and weekly free bets.
Decorating jobs to do? Wix are here to help you do it right. So transforming your home has never been easier. And with our new paint range, plus brands like Dulux, all you need is your imagination. And right now, there's buy one, get one free on all 2.5 litre emulsion. Wix, let's do it right.
If Dad's gone and broken it, let Gorilla fix it. Gorilla Glue is America's best-selling glue. On wood, metal, fiberglass, stone and more, it expands into materials, creating a bond that lasts. Waterproof, weatherproof and resistant to whatever life throws at it. Gorilla Glue for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Hello, Mr. Butler. How can we help you today? I need wheel. Not a problem. Take a right. Okay. Cross the bridge, down the stairs, through those doors.
Through this door here?
And the car should be there, right in front of you.
Unlock cars with your phone, whatever the mission, Enterprise.
Amsterdam, a city where togetherness is king. And why do you think that is? Bridges, man. And I should know because, well, I'm Jeff Bridges. You see, bridges allow people to come together, find their common ground, and literally bridge their differences. So, from the city of bridges, here's to togetherness. Prost!
Tottenham are in dreamland.
Welcome back to Old Trafford. Sir Alex Ferguson lifting another trophy with Manchester United, as they did 3 times in that incredible, iconic 1999 treble winning season. They have beaten Bayern Munich 5-0 here at Old Trafford in front of a packed crowd here on a day of celebration. 20 years to the day since that amazing night in the Camp Nou, and today all about raising money for the Manchester United Foundation today. And there is a huge turnout. Here is how you can donate.
To donate £5 to this wonderful cause, text treble 5 to 70233. Thank you.
We've seen a great game, Jesse, Marcus out there, but that's the most important thing today, isn't it? Raising money for the Manchester United Foundation. Just how much of a difference do you think it's going to make?
Yeah, it'll make a massive difference, especially people in Manchester. You know, like I said before, the Man United Foundation has been brilliant over the years, and you know, for us as players, we're in a great position to give back, and you know, we enjoy doing that.
Yeah, that's what it's all about today. We're going to hear from the victorious manager once again, the boss, Sir Alex Ferguson, talking to Natalie Quirk.
Sir Alex, a great atmosphere, a great result, and for a worthy cause. So all in all, a fantastic afternoon.
Well, obviously it was 20 years from the great occasion, and that cannot be. We can't forget that. But yeah, you're right, it's for a good cause. The foundation do tremendous work in the Manchester area, and they'll benefit from what we've raised today, yeah, of course.
Some of the players really rolling back the years today. Who impressed you?
Well, I think the impressive thing for me is they've all turned up. And they're not, some in great condition, some are not, but they still came. And they sought out, and we had to make a few changes. But they all did really well. Making the effort to get here is the biggest thing.
It was a different feeling for you, but how special was it to be back in the dugout here at Old Trafford?
Well, 27 years here, so can't forget that. But it was good. It's great to see the lads, because you look at them in different ways, from the time I had with them and now they've progressed in life in different ways, in different areas of life. But they're all good. They're all good. Great professionals. And they showed that today again, and they're good people.
Great to see you, Sir Alex. Thank you.
Well done.
Well, for all his achievements with Manchester United over his 27 years here, that 99 season, his greatest achievement. And Marcus, how nice is it for you as a current player to see him back in the dugout today looking so healthy?
You know, it was a big shock to us all when we heard the news just over a year ago, and it's always good to see someone back healthy, but especially Sir Alex. You know, he's always going to be loved and adored by the fans here, and obviously by the proper players. We all enjoy his presence, so it's good to have him back.
And he looks like he's thoroughly enjoyed it as well. You can hear the roar as he's walked past. And we have Manchester United's current manager with us now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. How much did you enjoy that today, Ole?
That's fantastic, eh? Look at the crowds, that's what this club is about. And, well, I lasted 20 minutes. That's more than I've done with these boys anyway.
And you did what you did best. You came off the bench and scored after 3 minutes today.
Yeah, it's not the hardest finish, though. So, no, it was a great day for everyone.
Rolling back the years there. Marcus, what's your assessment then of the boss's performance today?
Right place, right time. You know, he's always still in training, he's always doing these type of finishes.
I'll have to start joining in training with these.
And we heard from Sir Alex there at the end there. It's just been a great day all round for the club, hasn't it? And for the Manchester United Foundation, which is what it's all about today.
Yeah, that's what it's about. And the support, 62,000, that's absolutely unbelievable. And to see the gaffer in the dressing room was great for everyone here.
And what about Beckham, Butt and Gary Neville as well, playing the full 90 minutes today?
No, they've been training to get fit for this game. Don't worry about that.
Who stood out for you today out there?
Well, Scholes here, Yap and Ronnie. We could do with them two at the back. You know, they've been fantastic the whole season. The '99 season, those two were unbelievable.
And how much credit do you want to give to the Bayern team today as well? Because that was obviously one of the worst nights in the history of their club, yet they've all turned out today to help raise money. I'm
pretty sure I wouldn't be on the pitch if it was the other way around. So fair play to them, I have to say. That shows how good people they are.
And Ollie, we're going to let you go and celebrate with the players.
See you later, boys. Look after yourself.
Thanks very much. I'm sure the celebrations will continue into the evening tonight. Great for them all, basically, to have this reunion, isn't it? 20 years on.
Yeah, I mean, 20 years on. You know, so back where it all started is amazing, and you know, we all seem to get along. We all seem to stay in contact, which is important. And you know, it was a great day for everyone, I think.
Well, we've seen Ollie score. Let's have a look at the second one then, Marcus. Dwight York with this one. What did you make of it?
Honestly, it's a terrific finish. You know, usually with them ones it can easily go over, but you know, he kept his body over the ball and just good contact with his weaker foot as well. So good finish, good ball in as well.
His fitness levels weren't too bad, were they, Dwight York today?
No, he's not too bad. He's not too bad. He's always been in good shape anyway. So you know, I knew he could handle it today.
And then for 3-0, it was Nicky Butt who played the 90 minutes today. How impressed were you that he made the full game?
I think he's naturally quite a fit guy, Nicky. But you know, in training when we was younger, he used to always join in with the session. So he's lasted the 90 minutes today, and he played well as well. So deservedly man of the match.
And still very much involved in the club. How much you see him around the place?
Yeah, he's always around. You know, I think it's important for the academy to have someone who knows the club to keep leading us in the right direction. So hopefully he can keep good in young talent.
Nice finish for him. And then Louis Saha, actually, he set that one up, but he got one of his own. Talk us through this one, Jesse.
Yeah, I mean, it's a trademark Louis Saha goal, across the face of goal. He's there in a 6-yard box and he's there to tap it in. But you know, even them finishes takes a lot of concentration. And you know, he kept concentrating. He didn't take his eye off the ball and he put it in the back of the net.
And then he had a couple of free kicks, Marcus. David Beckham didn't. He went straight into the wall, but at the very end of the game, the fans got what they all wanted to see with Beckham getting the 5th goal.
Yeah, I think he deserved it today. For me, he was one of the players of the game today as well. So yeah, deserved the goal, and obviously it's beautiful for the fans to see that one more time.
What about Neville screaming for the passer?
Like I say, in the first half, we were dying to score. If you had a few chances there, like I say, he was up and down the wing. But you know, to last 90 minutes, you know, it was unbelievable.
He's still got it, Beckham, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, you see today, you know, you never lose technique. You know, he's spraying balls left, right, and centre. He's putting, you know, passes on a plate for his teammates, and you know, he used to do that, you know, back in the day, and that's why he stacked up so many assists when he was in his prime at Man United.
So how's the day been for you two then on punditry duty for a change instead of out on the pitch? You've been the ones judging today.
It's been enjoyable, but it's definitely more fun being on the pitch. But yeah, we've enjoyed it today.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both. It's been really great to have you here today. I want to tell you as well about a fabulous week we have coming up on BT Sport. A huge week of finals, 2 huge matches coming your way this week. Both European finals live on BT Sport. On Tuesday, we're in Baku looking ahead to the Europa League final from 6. And then Wednesday, we'll have the final itself as Chelsea take on Arsenal from 6:30 on BT Sport 2. And then next weekend, we have our Champions League final coverage. It gets underway on Friday with 2 preview shows before the big one. It is Liverpool against Tottenham, live from 6 on Saturday. But that's it from us here at Old Trafford. Manchester United have beaten Bayern Munich here 5-0 on a day of celebration. Footballer, bloody hell.
Decorating jobs to do? Wix are here to help you do it right. So transforming your home has never been easier. And with our new paint range, plus brands like Dulux, all you need is your imagination. And right now, there's buy one, get one free on all 2.5 litre emulsion. Wix, let's do it right.
You know what? You're never done. Well, when your control is great, work on your balance. When your balance is great, strengthen your intuition. When your build is strong, elevate your presence. And when you're great at that, keep on working. The C-Class range. Never stop improving. Search for your next car today.
Right now in Yemen, over 11 million children are in danger. Over 3 years of conflict is taking its toll. And now, as fighting continues, children are facing the devastating consequences. Many children are now so severely malnourished that without food, water, and basic health care, they could die. Just £3 could help buy life-saving food to feed a child for a week. That's why I'm asking you to text FOOD to 70577 right now. UNICEF is already working to deliver life-saving food, medicines, and clean water to children who need it most. But supplies are running dangerously low. No child should die because they don't have enough food to eat. So please, don't wait. Text FOOD to 70577 to give £3 to help save a child's life today. Thank you.
When you gave away the love we gave you, you don't mind, I sold, I saved you. Yeah, I'll never stop, I'm not giving in. 'Cause I'll climb the walls that slowly cage you, break the chains that you can't break through. Yeah, I'll never stop, I'm not giving in.
It's your moment. Be ready.
What's that? Okay. Beagle says you ain't got life insurance. Numpties. Beagle Street could provide for the ones you love. If the worst happened, one of you could get covered for the monthly cost of that fish supper. With no medicals, you could get a quote in the time it takes to have a nice cup of tea. Cheers.
What do you think? It's a no-brainer.
Call free or visit beaglestreet.com now.
Find your perfect beach holiday with prices to suit every budget. Reserve your place in the sun from £49 per person. Book now at travelrepublic.co.uk.
All the critics, all the odds said I could have gone back.
And down he goes! I think it's all over!
History said I could have gone back. That's what makes me unique.
Tyson Fury!